Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Not Game. Um, I'm your host, Not, and we're going to go through this notepad with all the information that we already have in mind and make sure it seems good. And then I will be doing a quick review on C++ in order to start programming this thing because my skills are really rusty. I'll admit I'm not too familiar with C++, so we're gonna have a fun time bashing our head against keyboards. Yes, and also I may have clicked the wrong thing for OBS here, so I may have to crop out the first 8 minutes of extra nothingness that the VOD might pop up. Hopefully that doesn't break a live chat, but if it does, too bad for you. So then, let's get started. I need to review all of this, and oh man, I really don't remember what I want to do. It's been a little bit. It's been a while. Let's see here. It is a top-down 2D turn-based RPG, and we want a Monster Rancher type game. You know, I'm going to say we're going to ignore the top-down 2D turn-based part, and we're going to focus solely on just substance. So, nothing fancy visual-wise, but something I want to say closer to text. More very raw text based if we're going to output anything to the player. I I think that makes sense. Cause like if I were to separate like I guess you can call it the bare bones and calculations and the back end stuff that you see versus the like all the visuals and the user interface for the what you call it. But did I already said for like what the player sees, right? I'd rather focus on like all the back stuff, the, the stuff in the background that just makes sure everything works. And then after that we can start working on like all the visuals and everything, and then implementing that. So this is a turn-based battle. Okay, so you remember this is like sort of like Pokemon, right? So one monster versus one monster, and then we have each monster will have a set of actions it can do per round, and each monster has 3 moves or 3 skills that they can they can train. Okay, that that's a new one. You can train them. Alright. So we have damage, recovery, mitigation, hazards, which are like delayed damage, and I guess, yeah, hazards, delayed accelerated effects, kinda, sorta go, maybe hand in hand, somewhat. Somewhat, yeah. Okay, I see. I see. And then skills can be developed through training. Okay. Which means when I take my monster, I go, okay, I have move number one. Move number one, I want to train it to deal damage. So then I go through training, and then it says, the game will tell you, yeah, okay, you're training for damage. And so the more you train specifically for damage, the more the skill deals damage-wise. Okay, yeah. And, oh, three characteristics. That's interesting. Oh, priority is also a possible characteristic. Okay, alright. Okay, that's interesting. So, it's possible to stack multiple characteristics here. Um, I see what we're doing. Um, as for priority, yeah, it's better to round out the whole number. This is definitely like something that I stole from Pokemon. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And the way this works is, if I remember correctly, what you do is, priority moves have priority, no matter your monster's speed. So, even if you had far lower speed than your opponent, if you decide to use a move with priority, it will go first. Or a move with higher priority than your opponent. Most moves have zero priority, which means when both monsters use the same priority, uh, there's a little bit of a speed calculation involved to see who makes their move first. And usually, the monster with the faster speed makes the move first. And you have different numbers of priority. You have like a +1 priority, you have a +2 priority, you actually have a -1 priority, which I might implement. You could actively choose to give your move negative priority, which might sound like a bad idea, but it also give it like effects such as revenge and counter, stuff like that, where you deal more damage on the turn if you got hit. And that negative priority just sort of makes sure that your opponent moves first. And if they make like a damaging move, you're guaranteed that counter damage bonus. Instead of, okay, so I'm gonna counter before you make any move, which doesn't make any sense. So I might implement that, yes. Or counter just might fix your priority to -1. Like, sure, you could like build an extra like priority to build your counter move back to 0, which is, I mean, maybe that has some sort of maybe some sort of niche application. I don't know, but this is allows you massive customization, and I love that. So that's, yeah, okay. I remember now. Very good. So we have monster stats. We have physical, magical, um, and fortitude, reflex, and will. And you have speed, and you have happiness. I think these are self-explanatory. I don't see an issue with them. So that's all good and said and done. All right. So you have monster types. We don't have everything filled out. And that's okay. We can always expand the list. And honestly, I think we're fine with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 different monster types for now. And each monster has a value of how much potential it has to grow in each of the monster types. Okay. And each monster type comes with unique abilities and extra possible characteristics for skills. As the potential increases, and apparently there's sort of a increment here. You know, if I invest, I say like 10 potential in slime, I get some sort of HP max increase among other stat bonuses. It's hopefully this whole stat array. I HP max, P attack equals dot dot dot. So like all of it, all the stats sort of have like an adjustment. Yeah, all right. And so you have two options to increase potential, and those are potential supplements and monster fusions. Um, we need some sort of funny mathematical deal for this. I think I will stick to. Actually, should I bother with this? Should I think about the formula right now? No, no. Let's not. That's getting too boggled down into the details. At simplest, right? We just add stuff. So like I fuse monster one, monster two. Both of them have a slime potential of 10, which means I get a new monster with a slime potential of 20. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm good with that. I'm also wondering, should I have like an age? Like age? And like, as time passes, your monster sort of ages, and if you don't do anything about that, it dies. No, I'm really not. That, that's a little bit too much for you. Maybe we can add it in later. Maybe. I'm not too worried about that. So the gameplay loop real, okay? So you can watch them die. Yeah, nothing is permanent. The everyday life you take for granted will one day crumble. Oh, yeah. So, the gameplay loop is quite, normal. You train your monster, and there's apparently a limited number of days to train based on your resources, like money, right? And you enter the tournament to earn money. Okay, that makes sense. And like depending on how well you do, you earn some good sum of money. Then you go back and you train your monster, and you have a limited number of days to train your monster based on your resources. And then you go back and enter tournaments to earn money. Um, I yes, okay, and there's a campaign which has a limited number of tournaments to complete and a limited number of set days. So, each tournament will obviously have stronger challengers, scale to the days you started. So, you start off and there's maybe like a tutorial tournament for you. Actually, no, it's probably like a tutorial. Maybe, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna like drop the player off and explain absolutely nothing to them. No, for now, like campaign isn't too big of like a must-have. All I really want to do is kind of get Endless actually complete. Um, I don't need scaling for now. Maybe scaling, but like okay, like in theory, like if you do like start campaign, which is what people will usually do. Um, you probably have like 1 day of training. The tutorial goes through everything, right? And then it's like, oh well, the tournament's tomorrow. And so, tomorrow you go to the tournament, right? If you do anything else, right? Some NPC or some morning goes, hey, you have a tournament. Go do your tournament. And so, like, you can't do anything other than go and do the tournament so you can actually follow through the tutorial. And so after you go through, like the tournament tutorial, then you're free reign from there on out. And if we want to get like fancy, you can actually implement like actual NPCs and like small little events where you talk to like some of them and like ask them about, oh hey, how's your monster doing? But yeah, that's the gist of the campaign. Let's see. Endless mode basically campaign except it's basically post game. It's basically post game. You just keep on doing. And then like if you get screwed over, you get screwed over, that's game over. And then okay, so here's the main body of the execution. So we looked at the gameplay, right? And the main body of execution is in charge of just running things. I don't know what that means. What was past not thinking? Past not what were you thinking? What uh tournament, yes. This entire game is tournament arc after tournament arc. Uh, trading nuances. So we have pet monster level up event. Then we'll call battle scene. Okay. I might swap stuff up a little, but this thing has everything we need. That's right. Unless I want to go like, oh well, let me program in some NPCs and some dialogue. We're not doing that. We're going in blind. Very sorry. Other areas to visit, yeah, like I said, story, maybe, lore, yeah, just a rough setting. Alright. Monster appearance? I don't know. Very good question. It is definitely going to be based on the potential of each type. I think I already said this before, but like, there's a question of like, how would you do the sprite artwork, right? Because like, if I have like half slime potential, like 50 potential in slime and 50 potential in like dragon, I have a slime dragon. That's definitely a slime dragon. So like, what does that mean? What does that entail, right? How do I, visualize that? How do I make it work? And like, do I like? I have a good idea. This makes life a lot easier. Let's write our how, right? They were like, what's going on? So we take the two highest potential values. Okay, we take the two highest potential values, and each little combination has its own spread. If the two highest potential values are roughly equal, you get a dual spread. Not a dual, you get a fusion. Right? So then each dual combination has its own spread, and of course, actually, sprite work for each type. So we have a sprite work for each type, basically. And then we also have different sprite work for each state, for each growth stage of the monster. And for now, I'll go like 10, 20, 30, right? No, that's not right. Maybe I want to go like 0, 20, 40, and 7. Go. No, actually, what if I did like 20, 50, and 90? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Monster Rancher used a lot of recoloring, so yeah, that is an option. Maybe. Oh yeah. So let me actually put that down. There are more than actually right. If that's the case, the fusion sprite, I want to say fusion sprite takes the color palette of the highest potential highest potential value. So like maybe a slime is kind of like blue in its color palette, right? And dragon is kind of like green and red with its color palette. So if I had like, a higher slime value than my dragon value, you would use the bluish transparent slime potential value, right? hmm And so each little combination has its own sprite. Yeah, I'm I'm not gonna bother with like, oh, but if a slime is like a tad bit higher, then I need like a different I need like a different sprite. And so if there are more than what was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say if there are more than four different potential values, right, around the same four different potentials around the same value provide a actually it's instead of more than four, it should be four or more. If there are four or more different potential values, then we want to provide a chimera sprite. A chimera sprite. So that's just like the ultimate monster fusion sprite that you see everywhere. Not everywhere. Just just like the horrific abomination that you've developed. It requires a special sprite just for you, you know. And sure, I'll I'll maybe also give it like a funny color palette. Man-made horrors. Yes. Yeah. All right. Then we have the main body. So the main body, right? This is right. Okay, so this I remember. This is sort of object-oriented programming. You have a main body, which is responsible for running the background, running the menu, and running the calendar. This just keeps on going. It just keeps on running. And so the background displays stuff. The calendar displays time and date, and it displays upcoming important events during for the game. Sure. So those are just constantly being displayed no matter where you are. So that stuff is processed. And so we have a progress type. This isn't actually an object. This is more of like a function, if you will. So I'm going to kind of. Oh no, I'm gonna tab that in here underneath calendar because the calendar needs to process progress time. And honestly, after all of this stuff, we probably need to call progress time. I think that's how it should work. So we kind of update time with an arbitrary value. Then we decide, okay, like grading, move the hour by 2 hours, increment it, whatever. And then we have the menu generation. So menu generation sets everything for a menu pop-up. got the visuals, the text, and the go back option. Um, this is just sort of the visual generation of the menu. I don't think I'm gonna bother with that too much right now. For now, I think text is going to be our main issue here. I want to focus on that. Visual borders, whatever, right? So let's focus on text when we do menu generation. So we're talking very bare bones. I'm thinking, if I remember correctly, I did talk about everything being text based for now, right? So what's gonna happen is when you run this thing, it's gonna like basically pop up a window, and it's gonna look a lot like your computer terminal. So text is gonna pop up. It's gonna scroll, 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 and you're gonna have to read through all of it. At the bottom, there's gonna be like a little thing, and this and you're blinking, you're blinking whatever this line is supposed to be. I don't know the name. I forgot the name, but it's gonna be there. It's gonna sit there and it's go, yeah, type in something. What would you like to do? And so you go. All right, I want to do menu, and you go menu and you hit enter and it'll display everything. Or you can type in help, and then you hit enter and it displays all the possible commands you can do. I was considering, like, what if I did some parsing? And I was like, no, 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 no. At the very end of the day, I'm going to turn this into like a more visual RPG-esque. So, no parsing. So you are very limited in what you can type in. It will only get, for now, it's gonna be like super extra. Actually, no. I'll make it even easier, right? I can display the, what do you call it? The possible commands at any given moment. Like, maybe at the top of the screen, you have like a 1 menu, right? And a 2 branch, right? And like a 3 something. Something like that, right? And then, well, whatever you do, right? It's just like something at the top there just to help you kind of go, okay, if I want to go somewhere, I press this key and it'll like take me over there. Well, I press this key and hit enter, and then it'll take me there. I think it just takes in like your input, very 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 raw, very bare bones, and that sets us up for like future implementation of actual like buttons on the screen that you can click, because that's effectively what we're doing, except just punching in a couple numbers for now. Menu generation. Okay. So then ranch calls menu generation, which helps process like all the borders, all the visuals, and the text. And a universal go back option. And it now changes you to a different menu where you kind of go, okay, I want to check status and trade monsters. And so go here, status, that pops up a new menu, trade, that pops up a new menu. I go back here, I can. I forgot what C train means. What does C train mean? What does S train mean? Oh, S train is skill train. What is C train? We have P train. P train is obviously, oh wait, I'm blind. It's right here. Okay. Alright. Everything makes sense now. Let's see, so train, all the trains, status, go back, goes back to ranch, right? And you have display all sorts of stats. Status for your single monster. And visit, maybe go to a different area. Shop and crop. Okay. So then we need sort of oh, right. Actually, no. This is the main menu. Right. Menu. I'll do like main. And for now, this will be your main screen. You won't be able to like exit it without choosing the quit option or closing your window. So that'll be how it does things. Yes. Okay. I see how it goes. All right. That works. Workshop. Shop has items. There may be a limit stock uh, per day, week. Yep. And you have a park. Oh, right. The park. Maybe free battles. Maybe free battles. Yes. This lets you test your currently raised monster against other NPCs. Oh yeah, item rotation. Item rotation. Based on the day. Oh yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice to implement, yeah. It's kind of mean though. It's like, oh, sorry, no, you can't buy slime potential supplements. We only sell those on the weekends. Or maybe it's like, oh, potential supplements are like really hot commodities. They come in on Saturday and they sell out, by Monday. So you can only buy them on the weekends. Something like that. That does make sense. Yeah. And maybe, if you talk to like a shop NPC, oh no, that gets into parsing. No, that's too much. I'm not gonna bother with that. No, no, look away, not turn your head away from text space. This is only a temporary solution for having little to no visuals. Turn away, not don't look. uh, okay, battle. Oh, tournament. Okay, battle initiates like a battle scene. Is this even object oriented programming anymore? Uh, I'm gonna say it is. I believe so. I kind of think so. I'm I'm separating everything properly, right? Skills select between different trained skills. Honestly, yeah, that should be fine. These are relatively small little bits that don't exactly need their own file of code. That's fine. Yeah, they can just be in there, no problem. Yep, 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 yep. Select, and when you select, uh, let me just do a flow. Okay, so that opens just the skills. Just the skills menu. Select skill, execute skill, calculate, package, display changes. Go back to combat menu. Yep. So I think it's select skill and or select what you're going to do, and then simulates the interaction between the two selected moves. Maybe. Okay, right. Items to go use. Items always act before monsters. Items always act before monsters. Hmm. Hmm. Should I? I don't know. This is, like what if you meet like a real mean monster trainer, and I can go, yeah, my monster is so fast, you don't get to even use items. I will brutally murder your monster that you've preciously trained, right? What happens then? Like, what happens if they have like a priority 3 move? What if? An intercept move? Hmm. Special in- intercept for moves for skills 2 to 4 items? Yeah, that's something to consider. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Then you forfeit and lose the match. That ends the battle prematurely. It does not go into determine the opponent's move, nor does it simulate anything else. And this loops. Okay, perfect. Then the battle ends. Calculate. Oh no, there are no rewards. You don't get any rewards. Wait, no. Yeah, you do. You do get rewards. What is it? Um, calculate skill EXP a monster earns from using skills in battle. So practical experience, right? It's effectively doing the same thing as if you were training, right? Like skill training. Oh wait, stats and no potential. Maybe no, and potential. EXP, right. So when in a combat, you kind of earn all of these involuntarily. That, yes, that's good. I think that's good. Okay, I believe we have everything to actually get started. The next step here is to, well, for me to start going, alright, what do I want to program first? I think the first thing I want to program is actually getting a window going. So like, you know how when you open a program, right, you have this, icon that shows up in your taskbar. Uh, it pops up like a window, right? And you can swap between the different windows and programs you have. Yeah, this is kind of what I want to start working on. Basically, a compiled exe that pops up a window, and I'm gonna make it like really quick, like a hello world, just to prove the concept that I am able to one pop up a window and two display text on it. Then of course, the next step is to create, you know, a little player input area and kind of go from there, build on top of that. So I need to read up on how to do all of those. Mm-hmm. Which means, I don't think I have too much else to talk about. We did a quick review today. We added a couple things that we might be interested in adding later on. And I made sure that I understood everything, and I think I do. Chestnut did a pretty decent job in like writing in a way that not knows how to interpret, which is good. That's great. That's exactly what I like. I hope. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. Hmm. Hmm. Is there anything else I want to do before I finish off today? Um. Right. Actually, let's discuss how I want to display stats. So, when you look at monster stats, right? You have HP, physical attack, magical attack, physical defense. How do we want to display this? And the way I'm going to display this is with a very, very, very bare bones array. Okay? We're going to have a monster stats with an array. And it's going to look something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Something like this. That's it. That's all. That is as simple as it gets, and it's unreadable. It is horrendously unreadable. I have no idea what each of these numbers represent if I look at this, but it's very simple. It works. So I'm not gonna bother changing that. And of course, if you go to the programming, you might see like comments, and it'll be like, yeah, index 0 is HP, index 1 is physical attack. So, you know, whenever we do things, we will have to reference like the index for the proper stat, which is kind of unfortunate. I could maybe like make a dictionary or something. So like you'd have like an HP 10 attack like 10, and so like instead of referencing the index, you would reference the name of the item from the dictionary, which would make a lot more sense. We'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, there's only one HP in there, so I know exactly what to grab. But I'm lazy. This is a lot more direct. This makes life a lot easier. It's less of a headache to work with. Maybe. Maybe. It's very simple, very easy to understand. It's just a little bit hard to read, and I'll take that. This is a simple, easy program. No more, no less. Um, and that's okay. So this is like information that needs to be stored whenever you save your monster stats. And maybe um combat. Maybe I don't want that. Maybe I want combat. Maybe I want combat stats, right? And then I want another list for another array, another list for monster potential, right? Potential stats. Then, oh, you know what's gonna be horrific to program? Skills. Skills are going to be very, very interesting. While I can condense combat stats and monster potentials into just like, you know, two arrays, or lists, uh, skills are nasty. That is so nasty. Now that I'm breaking this down, you're right. Huh. Oh boy. How do I do this? Well, right. Yeah. You can't just have like a list and say, yeah, okay, I have numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 in them. No, yeah, you can't just like grab them from the index. No, 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 no. We need a whole object for this. Okay, we need a whole object, an entire object for this. Right. And at the very end of the day, we're gonna need an entire like monster class that employs like skill 1, skill 2, and skill 3, right? It'll have its list of stats, and it'll have its list of combat stats. I'm not sure if I actually want to keep it a... Yes, 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 I do. I want to keep it a list. That makes life a lot easier for us. Um, the alternative is going through, like, giving the class, like, 20 different variables. Which, I mean, yeah, sure, that works, right? Do I... Wait, do I actually want that? Like, because... Uh, nah, no. No, no, no. I will just leave everything in a list. That's fine. I don't touch that. We don't touch that. If it works, it works. I I believe it'll work. I hope so. I hope it'll work. And what does this do? Right. So when I want to display stuff, okay, I got it. That's not too bad then. Okay, I can do that. Sure. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. Well, maybe I don't want that actually. Maybe I do want to like just have like store each stat as like its own variable instead of like kind of as an array or a list. Whatever. Whatever. It works. This works. But other than that, if I break down skills, then yeah, they need a single characteristic, right? And each characteristic has a value, a current value, and a potential value, like a total max value. And yeah, okay, that's it. That's it. That's all we need. I'm not gonna bother with anything else, like at all. That's it. That is all. Why is that all? Because I'm going to be very, very verbose. So I have trait 1, trait 2, trait 3. And you select the trait. So the trait has its name. And so we put the name there. We store the name. And then we adjust the current value and the maximum value as need be. And we leave that there. That is all that's required for storing the skill. Okay? And then once we store the skill, when we trade it, um, I'm gonna keep it simple as well. You, you trade the skill, it goes, okay, we trade it, we do some math, right? We take a look at your stats, we take a look at the time you invest, we take a look at the items you invest, and we go, okay, you just trade your skill by a couple values. It's like, alright, very simple. No minigame, no extra thing. All good. Now then, once we actually go into battle, this is where things get actually tricky. So then, once we go into battle, we'll go, okay, now we simulate the interaction between the selected moves. So we take a look at the skill you selected, we take a look at the name of the traits, right? Let's say the name reads damage. Okay, so we're gonna deal damage. The game is programmed to go ahead and say, yes, okay, we're dealing damage. Then it looks at your current value for that trait, and it goes, okay, that's a 50. And so it goes, okay, we're gonna deal 50 damage. And that's how it works. Then it looks at, trait 2. It's like, okay, it has priority. And then it looks at, so what do we do with priority? Well, the program should know it reads the current value, and it ramps down. It's like, okay, it has a priority 1. Then it looks at trait 3 and it says, okay, there's nothing here. Alright, so we now have a move with 50 damage and priority 1. And that is stored into like the calculations, like the little simulation that happens. So that'll be a little bit more complex, but that helps data storage in that all you need is storing a name and 2 values. That's it. And we do that 3 times for each skill for 3 whole skills, which is like kind of like 9 things I have to worry about. And that's only 9 things, which is great. That makes things simple, very simple. Life is good. Let me write that down. So skill 1, skill 2, skill 3. Right? And then a skill 1 is effectively made up of a name, max, current, or value, max value. Skill 2. And skill 3. There we go. That is clean and simple. So how do I fire? So do I fire up RPG Maker? No, you don't. No. Well, this is doable in RPG Maker. I don't want to do that. I'm running this from scratch. Um, we're gonna be picking up a little bit of C++, I believe. Um, Honestly, I'm kind of on the fence. I kind of want to do just pure C. Just like pure C. Not C++, just C. Maybe. But C++, is like a little bit more abstract. Well, not abstract, sorry, higher level. It's a little bit higher level. So, and when we mean higher level, we mean it uses a little bit more abstraction, right? Um, if I remember correctly, right, C is effectively one-to-one with assembly. So that's both a good and a bad thing. C++, a little bit more abstract, not a one-to-one with assembly. So that's gonna be a coin toss. I'll see. I'll see. Yeah, I'll actually see. I'll pick up a little bit more on like the difference between the two, and see which one I feel like I should be tinkering with. I am thinking C++ might be better for this. Because, we are programming a game. Maybe, if I decide maybe I should swap to C sharp, which, eh, I mean, it works for Unity. But yeah, that's okay. Yes, that is. You'll see. Yes, uh, I believe that will be all for today. Um, we barely hit an hour. Well, it's not even an hour actually. So I am still up and ready to go. So I'm going to actually start a gorilla stream right after this in like a short while. I'll go grab some food and I'll go ahead and eat and I'll be back pretty soon. In like maybe at the latest half an hour or closer to like 15 minutes ish with some mindless JRPG. I think I'll either boot up like Disgaea or Fantasy Star. I mean, something to play. So wherever you are, have a good rest of your day. おつのでした。